Sakurai has spoken, and we must not disagree. And I don't disagree with him at all. So, Masahiro Sakurai has said that Japanese devs should make uniquely Japanese games, not westernized games. For those of you who don't know who Masahiro Sakurai is and why what he says matters, Sakurai is the creator of Super Smash Bros. And Kirby. So, yeah, there's that. Kirby series creator and Super Smash Bros. Series creator / director Masahiro Sakurai recently talked up games made in Japan and the importance of making uniquely Japanese games. So here we go. So this is from his review from Intax. It's not necessarily my own idea, but the trend in the game industry is that Japanese people should go ahead and do what Japanese people like to do. I think that is a good idea. I think that is a good idea as well, sir. A while ago, there was a culture of let's make Americanized products because they are popular in the US and so on. There was certainly such a culture. However, surprisingly, I feel that Japanese game lovers overseas are not looking for such things, but rather for Japanese uniqueness and fun. In other words, I thought that the ideal would be to make games the way you like them and have people who can accept them, enjoy them. Thank you. Thank you, Masahiro Sakurai, for saying what we've all been thinking and what we've all been saying for a while, but now that he has said it, people are finally going to start to listen. The reason people buy a Japanese game is because it's not like a Western game. I don't want the stupid Western ideals in my Japanese game. I don't buy Persona to hear about a 2020ism that America has done. I buy Persona because I know it's going to be set in Japan and they're going to be telling me a good story. And I'm going to have a good gameplay mechanic. That's why I buy it. Japanese game lovers overseas are not looking for such things, but rather for Japanese uniqueness and fun. Yes. Because the Western gaming industry is no longer about creating a unique and fun experience. It's about trying to put their message into every single thing. That's not just Western gaming. That's just the Western anything. Film industry, like books, novels, everything in the West is all about trying to put in a message. It's not about trying to keep you entertained or fun anymore. But Japanese games pretty much prioritize this. That's pretty much their priority. They still have, the ideals of you just make a game for fun and hopefully people like it. Right? Make the games the way you like them and have people who can accept them enjoy them. Exactly. There's plenty different types of games out there. And there's going to be people who like certain types. Like, for example, I don't like Soulsborne games, but I can understand that there's people out there who do, and good for them. They should be allowed to enjoy their Soulsborne games. There's people out there who like 2D platformers. I'm not a huge fan of 2D platformers, but I get that there's people out there who absolutely love 2D platformers. Go on ahead and enjoy your 2D platformers. So people should be allowed to enjoy the types of games that they like. If you want to play a Gooner game like Galgun 2, you go ahead and play Galgun 2. That's you, dude. Here, and they talk about, like they insert terminology of like Western terminology, like stuff like Riz and brainwat, and it's like this dilutes the experience for both Japanese audiences and Western audiences who sought out, well, not just anime, but just the Japanese content because of its own unique aesthetic. That is absolutely true, and we see that a lot now, especially in, as they say, anime. Localization in anime has become awful in most cases because the people doing the localization are complete and utter morons who try to stick their Western, how they feel the Western audience would want to consume this. No, I'm not watching it because I'm watching it because it's not the West. That's the reason you go out and get a game from another country, because it's not like your country. It's made with different ideals, with a different look. That's why you do it. And also because, let's be honest, Japanese, Korean games, they're going to be like 10 times better than whatever the hell we got in the Western gaming industry. I mean, this is why, like, I have now completely almost sworn off, like, Western game developers. And I really only go for Japanese created games. That's why when you look at my gaming channel, it's almost always like Sonic, Mario, you know, because it's like made by Nintendo, Japanese company, Sega, Japanese company. I just recently got the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster collection, which is Square Enix, a Japanese company, which has both Square Enix and Capcom have tried to make Western type games with Western ideals, and it's flopped for them. Forspoken, there was the recent Life is Strange spin-off or something that just died. Like, guys, that's not the way. This is not the way. But instead, you got companies like, you know, Sega, Nintendo, Shift Up, which understand what audiences want, which is they want a unique experience and something fun. Just fun. That's all we come to video games for. It's just to have fun. And thankfully, Japan understands it. And Sakurai is pointing out that there was a period where Japanese companies were starting to lean more into Western ideals because they thought like, oh, this is something that happens in the West. We should do that here. No, you should avoid it like the plague is what you should do. And thankfully, it seems like Japanese companies are now starting to wake up to that as the West starts to reject all these nonsensical BS things that have been put into our media recently. Thankfully, the West is fighting back against it now, and Japan seems to realize that. So there we go. Do you agree with Sakurai? If you do, smart boy. If you don't, you just can't be helped, I guess. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.